Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. The scorching sun hung high, and the sky was like an oven, emitting a hot temperature. The scorched gold and glittering stones were 40.5 or 6 degrees, the earth seemed scorched, dry and hot, but it was crowded with people, strong young people with gradually exposed edges, and even some suckling children. Drink. Snap. Those who compete and practice boxing are in full swing and are not affected by the hot weather. Here is a martial arts training ground. Brother Lin Feng, a clear voice sounded in the distance. In the crowd, a young man with a long gun was dressed in ordinary coarse cloth clothes, about 1.7 meters tall. Hearing the sound, he couldn't help stopping the shooting. At this time, he turned around and looked back. He shouted that he was a strong young man with a big head, full of 1.9 meters. His swollen muscles showed his strength. How is it going, Daniel? Lin Feng smiled and wiped the sweat on his forehead. Passed, the strong young man called. Nyo clenched his fists excitedly. 10 seconds, just reaching the standard of intermediate martial apprentice. Lin Feng received his gun and stood up, nodded and said, "It's time to pass. Regardless of strength and physical strength, you have long exceeded the standard." Nyo said gratefully, "Speed has always been my weakness. This time, thanks to Brother Feng, you are willing to teach skills, otherwise I don't know when I can become an intermediate martial arts apprentice." Lin Feng couldn't help but smile. Skills are just assistance. The key is that you really have this strength. Thank you, Brother Feng. Nyo kept thanking, bowing and retreating happily. Lin Feng smiled. As long as he was open-minded to ask for advice, he was naturally willing to give advice. After all that s how everyone comes here, isn that what I was, well, I say Brother Lin Feng is powerful. Don you believe it, a young man in a blue vest smiled. Believe, Nyo nodded again and again. Brother Lin Feng is really powerful. He is not only strong, but also so good. Hey, I asked Brother Lin Feng too, the blue vest youth said. There are only 5 senior martial arts apprentices in the whole Lin family village. Brother Lin Feng is not only the youngest, but also the best to talk, because like us, he is a child of a poor family. No wonder, Nyo nodded. Linjia village is an insignificant mountain village on the edge of Tianwu continent. It is located in a low flat mountain in the Chihua Mountains. More than 1,000 families squeeze the whole mountain in the continuous Chihua Mountains. Almost every hill has ethnic groups, and Linjia village is only one of them. However, no matter which ethnic group is the same, ethnic groups have begun to exercise their physique and learn combat skills since childhood, and strive to get out of the mountains before the age of 30 and become martial artists and honor their ancestors. Just s not easy. S said that Lin Nanhu has already reached the standard of preparing martial arts. I don't know if s true. S true. Chihuahu Hall and Tianwu Chamber of Commerce are all trying to get him. Nyo s eyes lit up and said, I wish I could enter one of them one day. S just because I have a patriarchal father. I spent so many resources to cultivate, and I didn't reach the standard of preparing martial arts at the age of 22. The blue vest youth sniffed. Brother Lin Feng has become an apprentice of senior martial arts at the age of 15. Now s estimated that he is not far from preparing martial arts. I have to work hard too. Nyo clenched his fist and took a deep breath. Brother Lin Feng can practice one fist and one foot by himself, and I will be like him. Work together. The young man in the blue vest smiled and waved his fist. Hey, Feng, you have become an example. Not far away, a young man came with a smile. Why, jealous, yeah. Lin Feng smiled, looked into the distance, looked at the happy appearance of Nyo and said softly. In fact, it's a bad thing for them to have a goal to catch up with. You boy, I can /t help but pull you up, ha. Lin Jie smiled and bumped his right hand against Lin Feng /s chest, but it was like hitting an iron wall. The back of his hand was numb and suddenly grinned. Lin Feng smiled. He and Lin Jie are neighbors and have excellent feelings. Play together and practice martial arts together. 18 years of feelings are like brothers. Looking up at the scorching sun, Lin Feng subconsciously pressed his lower abdomen with his left hand, tightened his right hand holding the gun, and patted Lin Jie on the shoulder. Let /s go. Oh. Lin Jie also looked up at the sky, with a sudden look on his face. Just about to leave, there was a sudden noise of chaos not far away. Lin Feng suddenly changed his look and stopped to look at the noisy place, for young Swarsha-headed rats were arrogant and domineering, dispersing the crowd as if driving away flies. All the people retreated around in fear and made way for a way. They really dared to be angry and dare not speak. Lin Feng /s eyes were bright and straight in the middle. It was a strong young man with strong muscles like stones and a proud look. Holding the long gun tightly, Lin Feng clenched his teeth and said, Lin Nanhu. Lin Jie /s eyes were shocked and hurriedly said, Feng, come on, let /s get out of the way. As the crowd fled, Lin Feng and Lin Jie immediately seemed like obstacles in the middle of the road, which was quite eye-catching. Lin Jie pulled Lin Feng /s clothes hard and looked frightened. However, Lin Feng stood tall like a 1,000-year-old pine. Give way, why did you let me? Even if he is the son of the patriarch. With a dark and cold look, Lin Feng stared at Lin Nanhu like a cheetah. The scene 3 years ago is still fresh in his memory. He has never forgotten until now, remembering the scene that Lin Nanhu played with his blind brother that day. Lin Feng /s heart seemed to be burning with blood-red eyes. He wanted to peel him off. I will never let anyone bully my family. The long gun in Lin Feng /s right hand trembled gently. His faith is incomparably firm. No one can shake. What is Lin Feng doing? His head was caught by the door. He doesn't /t want to provoke Lin Nanhu, does he? A fool, who can blame himself for death? Hearing all kinds of disdain to laugh and sigh, Lin Feng didn't /t move at all, and one /t give in. For him, avoidance is tantamount to retreat and fear. Indeed, his strength is not as good as Lin Nanhu, but so what? That if Lin Nanhu dares to come, he dares to fight. Even if you are seriously injured again, you are fearless. Seeing Lin Nanhu and Lin Feng getting closer and closer, everyone /s expressions are different. Some are worried about Lin Feng secretly and pinch sweat, while others are waiting for a good play with their hands crossed. Lin Feng /s strength is clear to everyone. He is a senior martial apprentice. However, Lin Nanhu /s strength has reached the standard of preparation that I don't /t know what to do. The idea came out of everyone /s heart. Lin Nanhu is the local overlord of Lin family village. Who dares to provoke the wind and rain? Seeing the distance between them getting closer and closer, suddenly, shwa. Lin Nanhu and his party turned a corner inexplicably, as if they were avoiding obstacles, and took Lin Feng as a pole. What? Everyone was stunned. You looked at me and I looked at you. All of them were stupid, opened their mouths and looked stunned. It was very funny. No one expected that Lin Nanhu, who has always been arrogant and domineering, was timid and retreated when he saw Lin Feng. What the hell is going on? Who? Lin Jichang took a breath, looked at Lin Feng, was silent for a moment, shook his head and said, Feng, forget it, put it down. Looking at the back of Lin Nanhu leaving, Lin Feng /s expression is indifferent. 3 years ago, he was only an intermediate martial artist. For his younger brother Lin Yun, he fought recklessly against Lin Nanhu, who was already an advanced martial artist apprentice at that time, and his 4 intermediate martial arts apprentices. The war was extremely fierce. Put it down. Lin Fengxiang smiled and said coldly, when I have enough strength, I want him to repay 10 times the humiliation my brother has suffered. A sharp light flashed in his eyes, and Lin Feng didn't hide his deep hatred. He doesn't care if others ridicule or even insult himself, but if he bullies his family, even if it just abuse, he can tolerate it, whoever that person is. Oh, you. Lin Jie shook his head and said silently, it's good to be friendly at ordinary times, but when it comes to your family, it's like a person has changed. Lin Nanhu is unlucky to meet such a madman as you. Lin Feng smiled indifferently, short protection. So what that it is a natural duty and instinct for men to stand up and guard their families that I am a little paranoid and stubborn, but that the real me, Lin Feng. The face of his family came to mind, and Lin Feng heart was warm. The poor family made him precocious. Lin Feng had to provoke the whole family and take care of the size of the family when he was very young. Family is his inverse scale, no one can touch. Let go. Lin Jie smiled bitterly as he hugged Lin Feng, who stood like a carved stone. I still remember that time 7 or 8 years ago. Rex mocked that your father was disabled. At that time, you were 2 heads shorter than him. You walked violently in full view of the martial arts school, beat him black and blue, and broke 2 ribs. Lin Feng couldn't help laughing. After this incident, everyone looked at him in awe. Not long ago, it was even more outrageous. Your sister twisted her leg. Wheat was kind enough to hold her back. You thought that people despised your sister and beat him black and blue without saying a word. Stop talking. Lin Feng face turned red. This is indeed an out-and-out embarrassment. Another time. No one could see that Lin Nanhu fists inserted in his trouser pocket were tightly held, and his green tendons were exposed. The voices of doubt and confusion around him were like a sharp thorn in his heart, which made him breathe quickly, his chest fluctuate up and down, and forbear his anger. No one in the whole Linjia village hates Lin Feng more than him. Resentment, deep resentment from the bottom of my heart. Although he won the war 3 years ago, he suffered unprecedented humiliation. Shit, that mad dog. He touched the pain still fresh in his face, and Lin Nanhu gnashed his teeth. If he could, he would have killed Lin Feng, but the clan has clan rules, not because he is the son of the patriarch. Endure you for another half a month, Lin Feng. As long as I pass the preparatory martial arts examination of Shaoyang Martial Arts Gate, I see how you die. Lin Nanhu eyes were full of cold light, with a deep ferocity. Feng, another half month is the adult ceremony. Have you chosen which to marry? Lin Jie eyes lit up and said with envy. You are the strongest in our adult ceremony this year. You must choose first. Ad is second. I can only rank third. The only women who can see in the past are and Xiao Lu. When I choose. Alas. As he spoke, he couldn't help revealing a bitter gourd face and said depressed. Poor me. I can only choose a slightly pleasing one from a pile of wild chrysanthemums. Well. Pig, my body is a little too round. Xiao Mei, there is a big black mole at the corner of her mouth. Xiang, I heard that my feet stink. Lin Feng smiled faintly and didn't interrupt Lin Jie. This is a long-established rule in the family. Once the family children complete the annual ceremony, they will get married immediately. There is nothing wrong with the prosperity of the family and the reproduction of ethnic groups. Half a month. Lin Feng secretly said that he never told anyone, including his parents, younger brothers and sisters, and even his best friend Lin Jie. What he wants to participate in is not the adult ceremony, but the examination of martial preparers. He knows his own business. Although Lin Feng is not old, he is quite precocious. It is the children of poor people who are in charge early. In such a small and weak family as the Lin family, Lin Feng family conditions are at the bottom. His father legs are disabled and need to be taken care of. the younger brother is born blind, and the younger sister is still young. Mother, with her weak shoulders, picked up a home, worked hard from morning to night to take care of a family of 5. After 8 years of hard work, her body was like mended clothes, ragged. Lin Feng supported the whole family at the age of 13. When his mother collapsed, he really grew up. The situation of that day is still fresh in my mind. He knelt down deeply and made an oath with his brother and sister, crying in front of his tearful father and mother. Dad, Mom, I will take care of you, I will protect my brother and sister, and I will guard this home. I will be a real man of indomitable spirit. This is a man /s tears, this is a man /s promise. 5 years are like a day, no matter how hard and tired. This idea and this oath have never wavered in Lin Feng /s heart. That in Tian will continent, there is only one way to stand out and change your destiny. I will become a warrior. Lin Feng held the long gun tightly, his eyes were firm and his face was determined. Dense forest, towering trees, cannot see the edge. A huge shadow staggers in, with heavy and powerful steps, heavy breathing and low roar. Its appearance directly covers all the light. It was a huge black bear with a height of 20 meters. Its whole body was covered with black fur like steel. Its palms were extremely huge, and its lower limbs were thick and strong. It looked like 2 black pillars in the sky, releasing supreme power and giving people an incomparable arrogance. A pair of crystal blue eyes transmitted a fierce light, staring at the hill not far away, which seemed not much higher than it, vaguely transmitting a cold killing idea. Roar! His hands angrily patted his chest, and his whole body was completely straight, which made the black bear look taller than before. His heavy feet suddenly accelerated, like a giant tank rushing out of the forest. Lin Feng and Lin Jia are walking on the mountain path on their way home. Suddenly, boom! Boom! Lin Feng changed his look and felt a violent roar. The earth seemed to be shaking, and the whole hill seemed to be pounded by a big hammer, like a natural disaster. Come again. Lin Jia /s eyes widened and a flash of panic flashed in his eyes. Lin Feng naturally knows what Lin Jia is talking about. He subconsciously looks up. At this time, the sky is changing color. A layer of white fog covers his sight, gradually becomes stronger and wider, until all the light is covered. Energy shield. That /s what people call it. Once in danger, the energy shield will start, showing a milky white like protein, enveloping the whole mountain. So strong. Lin Feng /s eyes twinkled. The vibration, incomparably strong, seems to be covered by layers of waves. Lin Jia was in a mess. His shaky body seemed to be drunk, but Lin Feng stood upright, his legs nailed to the ground like nails. Pa! Hua la! Leaves, rubble and broken branches continued to fall from the sky, as if hail had begun. Lin Feng /s right hand suddenly opened, and a gravel as big as a goose soft stone grabbed it into his hand and threw it away. Why is the noise so loud this time? Lin Feng frowned and hurriedly, your eyes are shining. It /s the earthquake source. Lin Feng looked into the distance as if he thought of something, and immediately ran out like an arrow. Hey, Feng, where are you going? Wait for me. Oh, my God. Shuttling between the mountains and forests, Lin Feng is like an agile cheetah. Lin Feng doesn't care about those broken stones and branches. With his current physical strength, these don't hurt him at all. At best, they are just obstacles. The more you go down the mountain, the more violent the vibration is. The earthquake sounds like the whole mountain is about to collapse. Whoosh! When his feet fell to the ground, the speed of the forest wind accelerated again, and suddenly reached the limit. The milky white mask in front of him became brighter and brighter, just like a piece of cheese. At this time, Lin Feng /s ear heard a loud noise, which made his right eardrum hum instantaneously. As if a hurricane had blown by, Lin Feng stood blankly in place and stared at the front. This is Lin Fengmeng that it seemed that there was still a trace of breath in the air, and the mysterious and powerful power shocked his heart inexplicably. /s a warrior, and he is a powerful warrior. Although it was a chance, Lin Feng really didn't /t expect to meet a martial artist. This time, there was a startling roar in my ear. It was the angry voice of a wild beast, falling into the sky. Ah! Lin Feng suddenly reacted from the shock. His eyes were wide open and rushed forward with all his strength. The milky white mask in front of him was close at hand and could be touched. The closer you get, the lighter the milky color will be, showing a transparent color luster, like a piece of glass as thin as tissue paper, presenting everything outside. Lin Feng /s pupil is completely enlarged. He sees it, a scene that I will never forget in my life. One shot, that was a very fast shot. However, it was extremely slow in his eyes. Lin Feng even saw the moment when he shot, forming a huge gap and suffocating it turned into a streamer. This terrible shot directly pierced the nearly 20-meter-high black bear /s heart. The burst sound was like thunder, and the aftertaste remained. The huge blood hole was 3 meters long in diameter, flowing with bright red blood. It was shocking, which made Lin Feng get goosebumps all over. Boom! The huge black bear body fell into the mountains and forests, making the ground sunken. The mysterious warrior with a long gun landed next to the body, like a villain, with a great difference in body size. However, it was this terrible contrast that made Lin Feng /s heart beat faster and his blood spurted. This is the warrior. The stars are awesome, has ended. The friends can rest assured that they love it. In addition, the new book, Knife Broken Star River, has been uploaded. Brothers and sisters who like the new book can move their steps a little to support the small new book. During the new book period, I roll for recommendation and collection. I hope all readers will greatly raise their hands and click it gently, which is the biggest standard to judge the quality of the new book. Still, your support is a small driving force. Again, thank you. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.